IT helpful. Alright, there we go. Alright, remember, we're going to give away some RP around finals time. So stick around, make sure you're following the channel. And make sure you're following the Twitter as well. At DominateDom on Twitter if you want news about when DominateDominion is going to be doing other things. YouTube.com/DominateDominion. And Facebook. Go give them a like over there. Facebook.com/DominateDominion. Click the little like button. Every, I think like every 1,000 likes or something like that, DominateDominion gives away some RP or something like that. You have to see Feedski for more info because I might be remembering that wrong, so you can't blame me. But like the page.
Yeah, it's
anyway.
1,000.
Okay, this is a free tournament, guys. This is DominateDominion number 55. We've done 54 of these already. That's a lot. This is the 55th. I'm like, are we esports yet, guys? I'm not sure. But this is a free tournament. You can come out and play. We're not going to discriminate. If you want to come out and play, if you guys play Summer's Rift, if you guys play Treeline, and you want to come out and play anyway, just do it. Just show up. You have a chance at winning some RP for free. Maybe get your game cast and show up on camera like these guys are right now. But you get a taste of the competitive environment. Come out here, play some Draft Dominion, maybe get some prizes. It's a good time, especially if you were going to play anyway on the weekend. Why not have a chance at winning something? I think that would be pretty fair to say. And we have an in-game chat channel. I can't read my PMs during the game, Sir Camerology, so I can't read that right now. But we have an in-game chat channel, guys, and that in-game chat channel is this one right here, but it always fills up on tournament night. So guys, we actually have like completely officially opened up a second channel too, right here. So here's what you do. If you guys want to hang out with us, you go down here to this bottom right hand corner, you click your view chat room's control panel, you go up a little bit, you click create or join a chat room right there, and you type in DominateDominion 2, and then you hit enter. And it will pop you up in this channel right here with the rest of us cool guys. A lot of us hang out in both channels, so you're not missing out on anything by being in DD chat number 2. I'm over there too. Freaking Sauron's in there. A bunch of the top players are in there. We hang out in both channels. You'll be able to find us. You'll know about streams, in-houses, things like that. Dead or a Man is... Sometimes he doesn't shut up, but he's a pretty cool guy. And you can hang out with us. We run in-houses. We do streams sometimes. A bunch of people do that. And it's just a good place to talk about Dominion and hang out. So, there you go, guys. You can hang out with us over there. And Chaosos, why don't you talk about the chat bans? I don't think we covered those yet. Kha'Zix, Kassadin, Nidalee, and Jace.
Okay, so same chat bans as last game. Kha'Zix, very strong assassin, able to output a lot of damage, and then when you evolve his W, he can put a lot of poke out, and then he easily cleans up team fights once he evolves that E, because his E cooldown, with his leap cooldown resets whenever he gets a kill or assist if it's evolved. Kassadin, very mobile champion, has a lot of crowd control and puts out a lot of damage, and then also you can just build tanky and you'll still do a lot of damage because of the way his Rift Walk stacking mechanic works. Nidalee, very strong poke, good jungle control. And then finally we have Jace. Jace also has very strong poke, a lot of AD damage, hyper scaling if he buys an Infinity Edge because of the way his W in range form interacts with it. Do you want to cover the regular bans?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's keep splitting these up. That seems to work out pretty well. Wukong, Lulu, and Elise being banned. Wukong is a darn unwashed ape. I'm kidding. He's a really nice guy. He's learning Wuju even, which is great because that'd be a sad day when that martial art is no longer a thing. Wukong, armor reduction. It's amazing. Wukong synchronizes very well with other AD bruisers or just other AD champs in general. You get Wukong paired up with Xin Zhao, Pantheon, Jax. Wukong Vi is very, very strong. Wukong, anything with a Black Cleaver is just horrifying. It's a good combination to have. He also has an AoE airborne, he's hard to kill, just in general. So, Wukong will get banned out because sometimes she's just really annoying to deal with. Lulu, she's fast, she has a damage shield, AoE airborne, she keeps people alive. Good support character, and it's her speed that really makes her awesome. The way that she can slow someone to a slight hobble, and she moves at the speed of airplane noises. You gotta watch out for that. And it's a lot easier to ban her than try and catch her and kill her. So, and sometimes she can put a delicious sugary treat on the ground for you, which is bad because some people have diabetes or celiac and they can't have it. So, Lulu is a danger to people. She's also purple. She's banned for purple. Elise! Spiders. She can hide in the sky. Like, how many other champions know they're just like, I'm just not going to be on the map anymore. I'm just not. And then I'm going to come down and kill you anyway. And by the way, she's pure Australia. She's like all spider all the time. Does a lot of damage, has a stun, and the other thing about it is that she's really hard to kill. Elise is just a tough champion. I do hear rumors, they're only rumors, mind you, that she is getting her some of her survivability adjusted soon here, but only time will tell. But Elise right now is a really durable, damaging AP champion. It looks like we got 3 bans left over, Chaosos. Who are they?
Okay. So, next 3 bans. Amumu. Amumu really enables AoE team fights due to the just sheer strength of his ultimate, and then he outputs a lot of damage because his W scales with his target's max health, and then he also has a very nice stun on his Q for our gap closing initiation. Jarvan, very strong initiation. Fancy Wolf likes to play him a lot. I also know that, so that may also be a combination of a target ban. And then there's just the general emphasis of how much crowd control, how much damage he can output. Teemo, very strong map control, like notably those traps. Although Sweeper and Lightbringer can be effective against them, you will still occasionally step on shrooms and you will hate your life. So I'll actually run down the blue team. Sejuani, post-remake, she is an incredibly strong initiator. She has her ultimate for initiation and then also her Q for initiation. She provides a lot of crowd control, and then she provides a lot of damage. And then her E provides a pretty massive slow. Fizz can output a lot of ability power burst damage, and then he can also be incredibly slippery with Playful Trickster. Urgot, strong damage from a range. He can really his shield, so long as it's up, makes his auto attacks and acid seeking missile slow targets on hit, which can be rather devastating for somebody that's trying to get away from this cyborg. Kale can output a lot of damage. She'll shred your team down, and then if somebody thinks they're gonna have trouble, she just ults them and says, "Nope, you're not going to kill this person for some time." And then finally, the bot laner for Awesome Explosions plus Loli. Yeah.
Go on.
Finally, yeah. So bot laner for Awesome Explosions plus Loli. Super Crack Duck on Diana. Diana is a strong bot laner due to the amount of poke she has at early levels, and then the ability to just all-in initiate with her ult.
Alright, so chat, I need to know how much louder than me Chaosos is, if at all. I just made some adjustments to the volume right there. So you covered those guys, right?
Yeah, I covered blue team, so you take purple team.
Okay, I will do that. Over on the other side of the map here, which is going to be Dominionation's side of the map, we're going to have Zyra, Talon, Zac, and Darius. And Jax, I guess. He can be on the team too. That's great. Now, Zyra, we saw last game. Zyra, great AoE, spell damage, great zoning potential, just all good all the time. If you can get to her, you can kill her. She's very dieable. But the problem is doing that, because she's got the snare, she's got the airborne, and she just flings out damage all over the place. She's Jumanji come to life. Talon is rough, because Talon has a slow, he has a stealth, he just does a ton of damage, he jumps on you, and then it's burst time, and you get rake, and then you die. You have to watch out for that. And he synchronizes really, really well with Black Cleaver. He just applies stacks that like mad crazy. And we're seeing Zac, and you know what? I don't know a lot about Zac. Zac is he's a pretty survivable AP character. He does have an interrupt. He can jump over some walls, and he can live a while in delay. He's good. I don't think there's anything particularly crazy about him, but I think he's a good, solid champion. And we have Darius, who has a slow. He has a short-range grab with Apprehend, And he doesn't care about whether you built armor or MR. He's just gonna kill you anyway. Noxian Guillotine deals true damage, and it's a very good thing to have. Then, Nyx A7 on Jax. This means we're probably going to see bottom lane Jax, because Nyx A7 plays a lot of bottom lane. Nyx A7 also streams here on DominateDominion. I believe he does it on Wednesdays. And if you want to see some bottom lane play and see some cool stuff there, then it's a thing. And Arathon and Zovia, I'm pretty sure, didn't you guys win last week? I think, maybe? I was just reading the chat and it caught my attention. And Nyx A7 Jax in the bottom lane. You know what? Jax is survivable. He has a dodge. It's not quite as insane as old dodge, because old dodge was just Jax was the Lord of the Harvest for a while. But he's durable. He has a short range escape, and he's got a stun. He can live for a while. He works pretty well in the bottom lane. He can live down there. Sauron bottom lane Jax was a thing for a really, really long time. He's proven it's effective. I don't know why Jax is effective. He does damage. He lives. Chaosos, why is Jax effective in the bottom lane? All I know is he works there. He just works.
So the important thing about Dominion bottom lane is waves spawn every 20 seconds, and each wave gives you 120 gold.
Which is more than a champion kill, by the way, mind you guys.
Yeah. So that works out to 360 gold per minute. So waves start spawning at minute 30. We'll say that it's 15 minutes into the game. You have a potential of about 13 minutes of farm. 13 times 360 is all approaching 4,000 gold. That's a lot of gold for somebody to absolutely a huge gold lead for somebody to have on his opponents, and for Jax, that turns into a lot of damage. However, if we're going to be seeing Nyx versus Super Quack Duck in this bottom lane, I will be giving this lane to Diana, because Diana's burst is able to outpace Jax's just raw sustained damage, because both will, over a period of about 6 seconds, with roughly Diana's cooldowns, will have roughly the same damage, but Diana's damage is going to be more front-loaded, which means that she's going to win those trades.
Okay, that makes sense. Diana is, if anybody out there plays Diana and you want to win some games, go play Diana bottom lane against most of the stuff that ends up bottom lane in solo queue. She will just destroy people. It's not even fair sometimes. She front loads a lot of AP damage, and her harass is great. She can live. She's scary. If you want to win some solo queue games, learn Diana and Nunu bot. Those two are just wrong. They get banned occasionally. Like those are my top bans in this game mode. They're very personal bans, because they're terribly ineffective sometimes from actually trying to play draft. But I love to ban Ezreal, and I love to ban Diana, and I love to ban Kassadin. If Kassadin's like auto ban, then I'll kick out Fizz. Those are my 3 characters that I hate to deal with the most in this game mode. But the problem is some of them are, like Diana, there's worse things than Diana. Like Nunu, for example. Like that's pretty scary. If there's a good Diana player, that's definitely a counterban I think people would want to eat, And Fizz just doesn't get picked enough. I mean, I love banning Fizz because he's just an obnoxious brat. Every time I see Fizz, I'm like, oh, better get 2 big MR items early in the game, or I'm gonna get hosed. And when I don't do that, I get hosed. It's unfortunate. Kale floating over here. I'm gonna introduce 2 teams because we were talking for a little bit too long there during the whatever that screen is called that comes before this one. This is going to be the round of 8 game. This is going to be Awesome Explosion plus Loli versus Dominionation. Awesome Explosion plus Loli. On the left-hand side, Fancy Wolf playing as Sejuani, Wolfer playing as Fizz, Armed Weasel playing as Urgot, Coraval 34 playing as Kale, and Super Quack Duck playing as Diana. I'm one half of your casters. I am Gandair, and casting with me is
Chaosos, Chaos OS. We have Krillian on Zyra, Gali on Talon, Sakuri Ono on Zac, that blob man, War Leader on his signature Darius, and then your bottom laner for Dominionation, Nyx87 playing Jax.
With the Eye of Sauron watching over the game right there. That clairvoyance coming down, showing them what's going on. Beating up on the plants over there. Zyra's making the field of dreams. She's trying to bring the paper industry back to life, one plant at a time. Guys, post in the chat, which champion do you think will be the first one to die? I want to know what you guys think. Got a little bit back and forth poke going on up here, a little bit of rake, a little bit of acid hunter going on. No big commitments just yet, though. Look at the items, nothing out of the ordinary there. Got an early sweeper on town, but that's a solid pick. You don't necessarily need those boots first off because, I mean, you're all going to the same place anyway. As long as someone faster than you gets there, they can have this poke going on and keep it from being taken. That plant is just chipping away at people. It's out of control.
Yeah.
There we go. Finally gone.
Though.
Piga goes in, so does Fizz. Fight breaks out right here. It looks like Fancy Wolf Sejuani gonna be the first one to go down that time, followed by Darius. Kuriono getting low on health next off, and
not passive.
He's not dead yet. They have to kill all of the little glippity glops. There's one. There you go. Scared me, Armed Weasel. I didn't think you were gonna get it right there. Golly getting taken down by Kale and Wolfer right there, and Kerillian hanging out to delay back here behind the point. A little bit of fighting. War Leader taking some hits right there. Kuriono, so going for the jump. Nope, not going to go for that jump. Wolfer trying to get the cap. He's low on health, but he has enough mana to throw down some damage, but you can't do that while Talon has silenced you, unfortunately. So Fizz is going to get picked off right there. Golly going to pick up the kill on Kale. Is he going to go for Armed Weasel also? Nope. Zach's going to get that. No free triple kill for you, Golly. That's not okay. Fancy Wolf's going to pick it right into Zach there. Golly's going to take... stop capping there to try and turn around and do a little bit of fighting. Urf the Manatee! The huge Manatee all over Sekuriono there for the CC. And Wolfer living an awful long time for being Fizz, but Zyra's a lot of AA damage right there. Got the Invincible from Kale, saving him. Fancy Wolf just... Go on.
Oh, is he gonna... Oh, wait, what was that? That Urgot swab.
That so Playful Trickster, that Apprehend... It was a series of one good play after another, and then somebody ran out of counter trap cards set on the field to be able to pull that off any further. War Leader trying to duel with these guys.
I'll just note that bot lane is currently neutralized by Super Quack Duck. He was able to beat Nyx in a one-on-one.
Is he really?
Yeah. Yeah, and then you can see by the one kill and one death, Super Quack Duck dead.
Yep. Nyx A7 is going to be able to get his tower back down there. Kerillian low on health, plenty of mana. Urgot able to reach Kerillian though, so that is good. However, now Urgot is getting beat up, and look at how long he's living for a ranged AD champion.
Dunk!
There you go. It took a Darius ult to take that guy down.
What I would be looking to do as Awesome Explosion plus Loli though is watch... So
good dive from Wolfer for Zyra.
This windmill fight's taking forever.
5-minute windmill fight.
Yeah, what I'd be looking for as Awesome Explosion plus Loli is Jax's revive is down, but Diana's is still up, which means that any ganks that happen are going to be going in favor of Awesome Explosion plus Loli. On the other hand, Diana is just significantly stronger than Jax in those 1v1s that are going to happen because her damage is so front loaded and she can attempt to keep up with Jax's sustained damage because of her passive. So I'm not entirely sure what the optimal strategy is going to be. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fighting down low, though.
Ooh, Corval going to pick up that Storm Shield. K with a Storm Shield. That's scary. She's also huge.
Super Quack Duck with that last spam. Not quite as effective as Soren or Infeeds, though.
No, unfortunately. A little bit of Lunar Rush play down there, trying to get a little bit of damage in, but between Talon and Jax, well, you don't want to be between Talon and Jax. Ever. You leave when that happens. It's pretty scary. Middle of the map. Piga goes in, picks up the kill on Darius right there. Sejuani pursuing now. Sekuriono's low on health, and Wolfer takes him down. Wolfer going for Kerillian now. Nope. Silenced by Talon. Fizz just leaves immediately. I've never seen someone leave a fight that fast before. He's just gone.
One of the advantages of Fizz. Yeah.
Nyx A7's mana looking a little bit low down here, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the problem with Jack. I don't know, that's the thing I've been noticing is Nyx has been running out of mana a lot. It's because his W, his Empower, is very spammable and provides a lot of damage, but is also pretty mana hungry if you're constantly casting it on cooldown, as he has with how extended those bot lane engages have been. And then also Super Quack has been maintaining superior health relic control, which is a key thing to this matchup.
Darius, the middle of the map is revealed, but he doesn't care. He's Darius. Up at the top, Zyra looking around. Got the plant over there, zoning a little bit. Pigga hates plants. Freylord just doesn't have any. It's all snow and ice. I'm pretty sure High Hrothgar is in there somewhere in the far back. It's probably on the other side of the mountain. We haven't checked. There's a lot of positioning going on right now. Both teams, this is incomplete information. No one knows where anyone is. And Sakuri, man, that was very daring right there with that jump into the bushes right there. The position reverse goes off. Golly is stealthed right now, but it has ended. Immediate exhaust on him just after he comes out. You blink your eyes and it happens. Fancy Wolf stand on Carillion to try and apply the CC.
Yeah.
War Leader and Kale having a disagreement in the lower part of the engagement there. And it looks like Red Team here might be able to clean this up. Darius, yes. Sweeping it up right there.
Yeah, Fancy Wolf barely hanging on. However, neither Zach nor Darius is only one with enough health to actually really duel Fancy. But Darius is going to have no way to get
that
in.
Glacial Prison! Good play right there. Shut him down. Gave Wolfer enough time to catch up. And Sakuri, I'm scared for you. He's gonna... Yeah. He bounces pretty effectively. Over the wall. Bye-bye. I'm Zach. Fizz is actually really freaking fast, though.
Yeah.
And he gets turned into a whole bunch of little glippity-glops. Quick, kill him! Ads! The ads are out! Commanding shout, right? Alright, bottom lane. Jackson Diana.
I don't know why you're not spamming Hellfire, but, maybe that's me as a Warlock.
Yeah.
So much damage coming from Golly.
Oh, nice save right there on Super Quack Duck from Korrival. Buys him some extra time in DPS. Looks like he is going to be able to get Nyx down. And I don't know if he can deal with Golly. They might go their own separate ways. I think Golly feels like he can burst Kale down and may be able to. Kale, not a very durable champion at all. Extraordinary damage output, though. But this could be one combo away from disaster. He doesn't have his ult up, however.
Yeah,
and it looks like Rake's not doing a lot
which
either.
Is not enough burst. Wow. And more people coming down to fight. I think bottom lane's going to be very heavily contested in this matchup.
Ooh, War Leader got intercepted right there. Ooh, Urgot's coming down. He sees the Darius. Noxian Civil War, bottom lane. You heard it here first. He is running away. He doesn't want any of Urgot. Sejuani running interception on this side of the map. If anyone tries to cross, Sejuani is right there. And Sakuri, right there. Finds Sejuani, gets airborne. Fizz goes in. Oh, man, that dodge out. Wolfer is on it. Saw him just leap right over that. The second that airborne went down, just boop, out. And now...
I think Red Team's going to get the neutralized, but I don't think they're going to win this team fight.
They have a lot of minions right there. The minions are going to be MVP and get that neutral off on that point, though. Golly is looking a little bit low on health. Just Reckoning takes him down, and Fizz is just determined to chase Zyra. Jumps over the plant, stabs her. She's fallen back to the point, wants to try and get a neutral, but won't get there in time to be able to pull a neutral off. And Kale cleaned it up. Windex Kale right there, wiping the Zyra off of the map.
Yeah. Super Quack Duck winning this bot lane pretty convincingly, although not to the degree that he needs to really be taking down Nyx.
Yeah, he's been ahead by an average of 400 or 500 gold so far this game, but Nyx can do some damage here. And we're seeing it again. A little bit going off right there. Wants to stay away from that shield, though.
I'm just really confused why they picked Jax into Diana.
The world may never know.
Armed Weasel just getting taken down there, overextending.
Urgot gets a free trip back to the Summoner platform, but War Leader, nice Glacial Prison right there. Darius gets taken down. Sakuri trying to be as disruptive as he can. Golly comes in, but it looks like Golly's damage was on Sejuani at first there, and there goes the Invincible. I feel like he could have applied that to Kale, but got the ult going down, the huge Manatee off on Zyra there.
The knockups.
That's a little bit of Earth, Wind, and Fire right there from Fizz and Zyra. Nyx got the Grandmaster's Might up. He's looking to get this kill, I think. Golly coming down. Nope.
Yeah, he got the health row, which is why he won that fight, because that's a 400 health differential. Plus 200 for him and 200 less for Super Quack Duck.
He had Golly down there for extra insurance. Arm Weasel. Good job, Arm Weasel. your bottom lane die. He doesn't have revive. Just swing down there in case they make a play for it, and if they don't, just go back up to the top. Good play. More people need to have that awareness. Alright, up at the top, War Leader getting caught out for a moment, though, but Zac coming into the fight now. Fizz is exhausted. He's driven out of the fight by all the damage they can do. Fancy Wolf doesn't really have an angle where he can get in here. He's trying to find one pretty hard. Gets snared right there. They all start beating him up right away. That's a lot of damage and a lot of cooldowns used on the tanky character, which is going to give some free time for Fizz and Kale to DPS there without really taking any damage in return. Now that stuff's coming back up, we're seeing Zyra going again right there. There's the Manatee eating up Zac right there. No red tides to be had here. Zac is purple, and Zyra might get caught by Armed Weasel here. We will see. Fizz jumps through the ult right there from Zyra. Good play, not going to stand that and take that damage. The exhaust goes off on Darius, and Armed Weasel limping away, but going to get cut down by that Noxian Guillotine. Now in that fight there, it's very important to note that Fizz may get ulted by Darius, but the way that Fizz walked around that entire fight there, let his cooldowns refresh, circled around behind, applied another round of DPS, that was a smart play. Took himself out of harm's way long enough to be able to be effective again. Engagement in the middle of the map. Ooh.
That's his stun from Sejuani is so effective. And another team fight won by blue team. They've not been able to win them decisively enough. While we're looking actually away from this chase that gets Zyra bot lane.
Oh! Maximum damage!
Yeah, Super Quack took overextending there.
I wish I could have clicked on him fast enough to see his cooldowns.
Super Quack took complaining that he couldn't R.
Wolfer wisely get a neutral and back. Guys, if you're going to back cap, you get that neutral, you know what? Just leave. If they come back to life, don't try and get that full cap. Just go ahead and leave. You are going to hang them up on they have to recapture that tower, and you are going to get that extra Nexus health damage in on their base. So don't be worried about it.
Plus the time it takes for them to recap is generally enough time for you to be and heal up. Which can be really important, because a lot of teams overextend, and then they try to fight, and the other team at half health while the other team has just survived at full health.
If
doesn't
you
matter
are,
if your team fights better.
Uh-oh, Nyx, I'm scared for you. Kale has a Storm Shield. You just got Reckoninged and Righteous Furied, and I'm pretty scared for you right here. He does have the ultimate active if he needs to use it. Nyx doesn't like this at all, actually. The hesitation right there in initiating that fight. He is exhausted now. Everything bad happening to him at once. Tries to get a little bit more damage in, and he pops his revive, heading straight back down there right now, but he's only going to be able to keep it neutral. Charges up that counterattack, able to land it on Corval right away, but there's the invulnerable on Kale right there, and Nyx A7 gets another free trip back to the summoner platform. He liked it so much he decided to stay. War Leader getting beat up in the middle of the map a little bit, but manages to break off from the two guys, applying most of the damage to drive Fizz out of the fight. Carillion with a little bit of snare on Armed Weasel right there, but it's just Zyra and Darius in the middle of the map. Looks like Diana is coming up. Looking around the middle of the map here, and she...
fancy.
Full mana, all cooldowns. This could get ugly. And it is. Look at Carillion just disappear.
Yeah.
Pause.
Oh, and the pause, of course. So, the 406 to 70 is the current score. They need to... Dominionation needs to figure out something needs to change up something against Awesome Explosions plus Loli, because right now Awesome Explosions plus Loli is just crushing the team fights, and they haven't found a way around the straight up 4v4 team fights. I think the optimal move would have been to try to send more gank spot and to be trying to send more gank spot, but Super Galactic has gotten enough of a lead that I'm not sure how effective it'll be.
Fizz and Zac found each other, and they went different directions for a moment. Sweeper, Grez's, yeah, there we go, we got him. Vision comes at a high premium in this game mode. And, oh, there's more vision right there. More vision! All the vision! It's a very important thing to have. You can't be... There we go, dive on the bottom right there. Zac goes in, and Manatee comes out with the airborne point, still gets neutral there. Golly getting beat up pretty good. Not the stealth, not even able to save him. Nice Zyra ult. Tags all four members of the enemy team right there. But looks like...
It's just not enough.
Yep.
It is not enough.
Oh, Diana, go
Finish.
back to the platform. You're an alien. You're not allowed to be here. This is Earth. You don't have an invitation. No one stamped that passport. Some minions over there. Looks like Piggy Sejuani. Gonna go over there for it. Wolfer running away. Zac, his arms don't extend quite that long.
Yeah. No, yeah, the Piggener board, though, is just so strong after the remake.
Oh, man, that rake cleans up those minions pretty good right there. Sejuani
Still
having to run
neutralize.
away.
Now, this game was pretty much just won by the superior team fighting of Fizz's burst down. Fizz was just more capable of assassinating than Golly was. Bot lane, they picked Jax instead of Diana, which is not a good call. And they just weren't able to get the damage they wanted to.
And the bottom, Nyx went straight up with Super Quack Duck off the point and was not able to deliver, unfortunately. And up at the top, well, Kale picked up the ace for the team. It looks like they're going to get a neutral off, and no, they have enough time. They'll get a full cap on this point here, and that's going to close it out. It's going to be a 4-cap situation here, and whatever that team's called, Awesome Explosion plus Loli is going to advance on to the next game. Wolfer, look at him. He's just dancing. He's so happy with his little hat. Look at him go.
Fisherman Fizz is one of the better.
He doesn't have thumbs, does he? How does he do that? He's a fish.
Fizz does what he pleases.
Oh, him and Mundo must hang out a lot. That's probably where he learned that from. Alright. Let's take a look at this post-game lobby screen. I don't know why I made that sound. Don't ask. Okay. These are the items. Let's take a look at the grids. Not the grid, the graphs, because people love the graphs for some reason. You guys really like to see damage dealt. Bam! Zyra is the damage, but no one else is the damage. And on the other team, everyone is the damage.
Yeah, against the whole... I'm not entirely...
Oh man, Sejuani's damage. What the hell? That's pretty high.
I mean, I realize that Zac was picked a lot in the LCS because of the fact that even if he gets caught out, he can really easily escape with his ultimate. And that's more of the whole Zac's a pretty good 1v2 laner, which is something that's very Summoner's Rift specific. I'm not really impressed by Zac's team fighting ability, and it just doesn't seem like he is able to output enough damage for how tanky or be tanky enough to really be as effective as some of the LCS teams were. But
well, Fizz didn't like dying.
And then I think the main issue was picking Jax into Diana when Diana counterpicks Jax is just, in my opinion, not a really smart idea.
I think Wolfer's got the strats right there, man. 11-2-19. Let's I'm gonna throw up an overlay, and we're gonna find out what game we're gonna be doing next. Let's take a look at the updated bracket right here, guys. There you go. You can see exactly what's going on right here. Looks like Awesome Explosion plus Loli versus we don't know. Payzo and Child Support versus we're still not sure yet either. We'll find out in just a moment, and I will get right back to you guys.